Virtuous woman, she's worth more than gold. She doesn't.
Hello, and welcome to the Becoming the Proverbs Third Woman podcast. I am Chioma Kehinde, also known as Special Agent Chi. And on this episode, we have Donna Davis on the show. Donna Davis is an emotional wellness coach, a leadership development consultant who helps individuals and organizations lead and live with clarity and confidence through faith-aware, strategy-driven inner work. Welcome, Donna Davis, to the show. Welcome, Donna.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Honestly, Donna, I attended your mastermind, the present not perfect, a reset for the way you really want to live earlier during the year, and man, that mastermind was amazing. With that mastermind, the exercises that we did, like going through your workbook, was just I was just that's why I said, you know what, I need to have this lady on the show because it was an amazing mastermind. I really helped me in terms of just being aware of just the different stresses that we go through with life, especially just as a woman and
Yes,
different things with kids and everything. Is just the exercises of just how to being present in that time and just how to deal with it. That was honestly, I really enjoyed it. I just have to let you know that.
thank you. Thank you.
So, how would you describe what you do for the audience that's listening?
I help professionals and women to realign with who it is that they are at their core without feeling what are some of the emotions we usually feel is we feel bad, right?
Mhm.
When we're doing things for ourselves, or we feel guilty, or we feel like we are not worth it. My work centers around taking care of you from the inside out.
Mhm.
Because when we help our nervous system to be in alignment, the peace that comes out of that, we're able to operate at the highest level.
Yes. Yes, that's true. Yes, I mean, agreed. I mean, even just going through that mastermind that we went through, and like I said, those exercises we went through was really, it changed my mindset. It shifted like just in terms of just whatever may be. I can't control what's out there. I can't.
Right.
But I can control how I react to everything that's out there. But that's definitely. So when did you first sense like God's calling like to this work?
Oh my goodness. To be honest, I have probably always sensed the calling, but it was during the pandemic when it really became, are you going to live out your purpose or are you going to let life just keep passing you by?
Mm.
Because the amount of time you have is the amount of time you have. And you know how
Right,
some
that's
people say,
true.
well, I'll put it off and think that that will gain them more time. No, we're either going to, and I believe in God, I am a Christian, we're either going to do what we are called to do or
Mhm.
we're not. So it was actually during the pandemic that I started my business. And I
Oh,
did not
wow.
know. I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't know how to do it. All I knew is that, I was from an abusive marriage background. I didn't feel worthy of a lot of stuff, but I was
Mm.
always like one of the most jovial person that was in the room. And I
Wow.
understood that if I was going through so much emotionally, that other women had to be going through that
Mhm.
too. And
Yeah,
I just launched. I started telling my story, and people are like, "Oh, you should be ashamed." No, no, no. Shame is what keeps us bound.
exactly.
And what someone else does to me is not my fault.
Hmm.
I take it on So I just started my business and I started it legit from the beginning. I got all of the things in order. I remember going to the bank and telling them, it may be years before there's any money in here. And they were like, oh, that is fine. That is fine.
Wow.
I just wanted to help someone to understand that their life matters, that their story matters, and the things that happened to them in their past does not currently define them, and it does not determine where it is that they will go if they are strong enough to release it.
Hmm.
And some people need something to help them or someone to help them with that release. And
Hmm.
that is what I do. And that's part of why I did the workshop Present Not Perfect, because I want, and it's amazing. That was like almost a month ago, and you're still remembering the
Yes.
effects of
Yes.
it.
Yes.
And that is my purpose, because I
Hmm.
don't want to just motivate. I want to transform and I want
Yes.
to empower.
Yes. And you definitely like transformed, especially just the way I think and just man, because just even the way you started, like in terms of telling your story of everything, and you were still like, it just shows that whatever happens to you, like God works it out for your good. And I
Yes.
feel like your destiny, is tied to other people, and like your story is
Mhm.
impacting like several people out there. So, but yes, definitely. I like you're very jovial and just, with the story, you're like you're not, should I say, what you came from, I feel like you're not
Right.
that. So,
And none of us are. And that's
hmm.
part of what I help people to understand. But it starts at, you'll have people saying things like, get over it. And that
Right.
happened 10 years ago. And
Hmm.
I just wish that those people that meant well, they mean well by saying, get over it, right? I wish that they would understand that there are some things that happen to us that hit us in our nervous system, and we can't just get over it. But we can lean into it. We can work through it, not get over it, work through it.
Definitely. So, with that, so what, I guess kind of like what tension have you navigated through between fate, work, and like responsibility? Like what tensions have you, in terms of like navigating through that, between that?
Whew, a lot, a lot. When you are a people pleaser, which
Mm,
a lot of us tend to
guilty.
suffer from,
Guilty. Former, let me say former people pleaser, yes. Let me say
former,
that. Yes.
well, I mean,
A little
and
bit. A
and
little bit.
it's
Let me
it's
say a
in
little bit of
some
it.
respects, it's
Yes.
still a work in progress,
Yes.
right? Because there are expectations that other people have on us, and we want to fulfill those expectations.
Hmm.
Sometimes we believe that we're the only one that can help, or whatever the case is. But dealing with someone being upset that, you know, you didn't say what they wanted you to say, or you didn't do what they wanted you to do, was really hard for me as I was establishing myself the way that I believed that God wanted me to be established.
Hmm.
But again, it's all part of the work that I do, is at the nervous system level. There are certain things that everyone on this earth wants. Safety is number one. Safe, we all want to be safe. We all want to be loved.
Yes.
And one of the things that actually will help us with that is boundaries. And
Mm.
boundary is one of the things that we compromise
Yes.
more than anything. You'd be like, I'm
Mm.
not going to do XYZ. I'm not going to do XYZ. And then, that person who you want approval, who you want to love you, who you
Hmm.
want to not reject you, say, will you do XYZ? And you don't want to do it,
Right.
but you say yes. because you
Wow.
fear losing whatever
Hmm.
safety you get out of that, whatever love you believe exists in those type of moments. And it's human, and we are human. So I do not make any of my clients or customers feel guilty. You are where you are.
Hmm.
It's just that if you want to be someplace else, you have to be open. And I'm here as a partner, as a guide to help.
Yes. Yes, definitely. So what season of life and business are you currently in?
Oh my goodness. I am currently in my season of scaling my
Okay.
business. I have clients. I do have executive coaching clients that I
Okay.
coach in life and business. I do group coaching. And I am now speaking across the nation,
Oh,
keynote
good.
speaking,
Nice.
training programs, partnering with organizations to help their team be more present, which is what my book is about.
Yes. Yes. And then can you tell us, just more about about your work, the trans so like what transformation like do people experience like after working with you?
Wow, that is a great question. I love getting emails weeks, sometime even months after I conduct a training for an organization or a group with the person saying, this actually works. This
Yes.
actually works.
Yes.
Because I believe in giving people tools.
Hmm.
So when I come in, I give people tools to self-regulate in the moment. And you experience quite a bit of that in the
Yes.
mastermind that we had,
Yes.
to help you deal with frustration, deal with burnout. Burnout and stress are
Hmm.
extremely high, not only on our jobs, but in our personal lives as well. So
Yes.
the tools that I give help you at home and on the job. It is it is one of the most fulfilling things that I do. And I'm not concerned about giving it all away because if you thought that was great, could you imagine what else
Yes.
there is? And there
Yeah,
is
no,
more.
no, honestly, and another feedback that I want to even give is I remember I think it was it for about an hour, but you went like over, even beyond, and it was just like you were giving. And I think even during that, I think the recording, it didn't record.
Oh, ooh,
And just to show just how dedicated you are because you promised us a recording. You recorded it without us, and you still get like you gave, like it just showed. I was just like, my goodness, because most people would have been like, you know what?
forget this. Okay, because what had happened was there was no promise of a recording in the beginning because it was going to be live
Oh, okay.
because of the price of it. It was like no recording. I didn't want to do an upsell. You can get the recording.
Mhm.
But somewhere along the way, I was thinking, gosh, this would just be cool if they had to look
Wow.
back on because it's
Wow.
the workbook, you know.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so I said, you know what? I'm going to record it and I'm going to send the recording out.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
That
So
was
it
like
was.
a last minute
Oh,
add
I didn't even
on.
see. I guess
It,
I didn't realize that. Oh,
it was
wow.
last minute.
Because you like we did the whole thing.
We did the whole thing.
I was like,
And
wow.
I had my Zoom set to automatically record, and it did. But during the recording, I guess I know I only had it set for the time frame of the
Okay.
meeting. So I don't know if you remember, it said recording stop. And I said, oh, let me
Oh,
record again. And I
okay.
started the recording
Okay.
back.
Okay.
And
That's
it was
what
that
happened.
additional 30 minutes that we did.
Okay.
So when I went to look at my assets, it had only recorded the 30 minutes. And I
Oh,
said,
wow.
wait a minute. We're at, because that was some good stuff.
Hey, no, no, it was good. It was like I'm just saying, like I said, we had a certain. You even went over like we were in it, and you were just giving more than what
Right.
was, like you gave us more than everything. So, really appreciate that. So this is the Proverbs 30 Woman podcast. So, which quality do you most identify with the Proverbs 30 Woman?
Oh my goodness. Just obeying God. Obeying God, especially when it's hard, because
Mm,
it's easy to obey him when it's easy. Life is perfect. Life is great. Of
yeah,
course I'm obeying God.
yeah.
But obeying God when you know he's asking you to make decisions that personally you're like, I don't know about that one.
It's just tough. I know.
It is tough.
Obedience. Obedience.
Obedience. And
Yes.
obedience is better than sacrifice.
Mm.
And unfortunately, a lot of times we sacrifice our obedience.
Preach. Preach.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that became real for me. I work in state government, have work in state government. I could retire after a certain amount of time. But I was like, how you have in your head, let me work X number of additional years. I was like, okay, I'm going to work 5 years past my retirement eligibility because I got goals and blah,
Wow.
blah. And I felt the Lord telling me to retire.
Wow.
And I was like, y'all know how we do. I was like, nah, that ain't him. Now, mind you, I am a minister, and I don't think we talked about that.
Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know
But
that.
I was like, nah, that's not God. I could do this job with my eyes asleep. Why would he have me retire? I was like, nope,
Wow.
nope, nope. And the more I wasn't even thinking about it. So the more that it came to me, that is time. And I honestly knew that that was God speaking. I was
Oof.
And I said, you know what, God? If this is what you want me to do, I will do it.
Hmm.
And I felt like I had like a Hezekiah type of moment because I was like, can I just stay for this amount of time? I did. This is how it goes. And I said, I promise you. And I believe that the Lord gave me grace. And it was a super short, it was like less than a year amount of time I was asking for. And I was like, and I said, I'm going to retire. I had started my business, like I said, during the pandemic, but I was working full time and I was just, making Facebook posts and this type of stuff. But the Lord said, it's time. So a lot of people were shocked when I put in
Wow.
my retirement. Well, not when I put it, when I announced it, right?
Hmm.
And I retired
Wow.
January of 2025
Wow.
because God said so.
Wow. And a year later.
Wow.
Wow.
Actually, let's not even say a year later. So I retired one day, and the next day, I got a call about being an entrepreneur in residence at my
Oh.
local library. I had applied for it, but it is something that you could do while you were working or whatever. But I had applied for it, and I got a call for an interview.
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
Wow.
oh, okay. And within a few weeks, I had gotten that particular 4-month engagement.
Wow. Wow.
God is faithful.
Yes, he is.
God
Yes,
is
he is.
faithful.
Yes, he is.
And it has led to so many other opportunities and has given me time to really work on the emotional wellness that so many of us need in this time.
Hmm.
So I don't have to dabble. I can curate,
Hmm.
right? I can bless people because, it's just it's powerful when you obey God.
Yes.
I have not lacked. Let me just tell
Mm,
you that.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
No, 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 that's a testament. That's a testament. So, Miss Donna, where can people find you? I know like I said, I got your book and your workbook. I don't know if this can show up
No,
in
they're
the
not
thing. So
showing.
I know it's because of the screen, but I got your book, The Present and Powerful, and then there's a workbook that comes with it, which we did on the mastermind.
We did
Was
the
walking
math.
through that workbook,
Yes.
the present framework, which was amazing. So where else can people find you? And all of this will go in the show notes with all the
Yes,
details.
yes, yes. On LinkedIn, my website is donnadavispresents.com. My
Okay.
book, Present and Powerful, which is a memoir about how I was able to be present even in hard times, can be found on Amazon. And the workbook that you mentioned, the Presence Framework Workbook,
Yes.
can be
Let me see if
found
I can
on
put it on there. Okay,
Amazon.
here we
Yeah,
go. Here
yeah,
we
yeah.
go.
It's the
Here we
angle.
go.
It's the
I'm
angle.
like, this whole virtual thing is
Yes, yes.
here we
And here's
go.
the book. Here's
Yes. So
Present
you
and
put it on there. Yes.
Powerful.
Yes.
Can be found on Amazon. And let's see. Yes, LinkedIn. I can
Okay.
also be found on LinkedIn.
Are there any offers or any programs you have coming up?
Yes. So if you have a group, a church group, a work group that would like to go through the Presence Framework workbook, I will do a special session just for your group. I offer it intermittently throughout the year, but it's about being present, not perfect. It can be done at any time to reset. We all need resetting, and our presence is the most powerful tool that we have. And sometimes we just have to take it back
Hmm.
from where we have outsourced it.
Yes.
And that is what the workbook is about. That is what the master class is about, is helping people be present in their own lives so that they can do the things that God intended for them to do, and so that they can handle troubles and strife and things that are going on in their life better, because these things are going to happen. But how can we regulate? How can we regulate ourselves? So, if you don't mind, so for presence, and what that means is, because as you know,
Hmm.
each letter stands for something, right?
Yes.
So the presence is purpose awareness, it's resilience building, it's emotional intelligence, it's self leadership. And we go through all of this. It's empathy driven communication, nervous system regulation, consistency in character, and emergence and evolution. And I actually do partner with organizations to
Okay.
do programmings for their team to help them with their clarity and their authenticity and how they show up.
Okay. Awesome. And this has been so awesome. I see you have also a QR code. Does that also have like if you were to scan, I see a QR code on your the
Yeah,
corner of your
the,
screen?
the QR code leads to my link tree, which connects you to all
Okay.
things
All
Donna
right,
Davis.
perfect. Okay, because I'll still put it in the show notes so that way our audience can get to you and just honestly everyone get in her mastermind if you can. Like I said, I attended it earlier during the year and it was amazing in terms of just being present of just knowing what like the outside world can be going on. we can control how we feel in terms of that. And Miss Donna Davis was able to just walk us through how to get through that. So, so thank you, Donna, for being on the show. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And that's all, folks, for this episode. Thank you.